finally spring in New York City. A couple days ago, it was like still in the 30s, and then all of a sudden it just decided to be 79 degrees.
Yeah.
So nice. Went directly from wearing jackets to wearing shorts. And it's also now warm enough for us to actually get out and explore things. I was reading in a book the other day, and it was talking about these like hidden things in the sidewalk, like art pieces and stuff. And it said that there was this piece by Ken Rock, who is a artist that is kind of in the same style as Keith Haring, and he's mistaken for Keith Haring regularly. But what they were saying that there was a piece of his in the sidewalk at Prince and Broadway, and I was like, we walk Prince and Broadway like every day. How have I not seen this? And then it was saying that it was carved in the sidewalk, and I was like, I think maybe I remember seeing that. The story behind it is that Ken Rock wanted to do this piece on the sidewalk of New York City, and it took him a little over 2 years to do it because he did it without the permission of anybody. He just brought his tools and just started chiseling this design into the sidewalk, and he would go out in the early morning and just start with a hammer and a chisel, just ting ting ting, making this design until the cops ran him off in the morning, and then he would come back periodically every few days, whatever it was, to finally finish this piece. And it's at the very corner of Prince and Broadway on the northwest side, and everybody just walks right over it and doesn't even notice that it's there, including us. So I wanted to come over here and actually see it.
Yeah.
I can definitely see how people would confuse this for Keith Haring, because this specific spot here definitely looks like a Keith Haring dog. And so it makes a whole lot of sense why people would walk by this and think it's Keith Haring.
Definitely. I'm just not willing to get on the ground in front of everybody and talk about it.
It's also signed 1984. But the reason that Ken specifically did the sidewalk pieces is because he said that he's committed to art for everybody. And what's more for everybody than the street, literally.
Yeah.
So from the Ken Rock piece on Prince and Broadway, if you walk 2 blocks to the west on Prince, you'll end up on Green Street. And if you turn south on Green, you're gonna keep walking just a few hundred feet, and you're gonna run into another piece by a female artist that I can't even attempt to pronounce the name. Sarah doesn't have any guesses either. So I'll put the name on the screen right here. But this one was also put in the 80s, and it is a subway map of New York City, but it is implanted into the sidewalk with steel bars and glass that was blown by the artist with lights underneath. And it is the New York City, just Manhattan subway map. And it has like 175 stops put in here, and it is like 75 feet long by 12 feet wide.
It's pretty cool.
Also, she came up to a lot of adversity trying to get this piece installed because she was a woman and an immigrant woman trying to get a public art piece installed. Basically, she was laughed at by the local authorities, but she persisted, got this thing installed, and it's been here for decades now. So I was just filming shots of this piece, and I got to the end of it, and I looked up and saw this piece and was like, wait, is this another Ken Rock? And...
No.
Yep.
Oh, wait. That's his last name?
Yep. Ken Rock's actual last name is Ken Hiratsuka, but I guess Rock is easier to pronounce than that. Also, he carves art into rock, so just pseudonym. If you're into Ken Rock's artwork, there's another massive piece on the sidewalk on Bond Street and Lafayette. It is an actual commission piece for like either a residential building or a hotel, and it's huge, and it's all one continuous line that never crosses itself. And definitely recommend checking that one out too if you're into this. But first, we're gonna go from here all the way up here to see another sidewalk piece that I know Sarah is really going to enjoy. We're on our way to the subway, and there is some sort of march going on. No idea what we're marching for.
Hey, hey, ho, ho! We won't let our planet go! Cite your sources! Cite your sources!
I guess it's just a march for science, because that's what the signs say. But I'm just upset that they're walking right by this Ken Rock piece and they don't even know. Unfortunately, now we have to take the train up to Times Square to see the next one. So right in front of the library, and if you don't know anything about Sarah, Sarah loves books. And the reason I think that Sarah is going to love this next piece is because it is right here on Library Way, this path leading to the library, full of amazing quotes. And if there's anything that Sarah loves more than books, it is a great quote from a book.
Yep. I live for it.
So we're gonna walk down here to Madison Avenue, which is where Library Way starts, and read them as we walk back up towards the library. Actually, it starts even further east than Madison Avenue, but we're just gonna start here. We can save some for another time.
Yeah, it's a lot. Every quote of hers, I'm like, yes, so good. It was so fun. I mean, if you like reading quotes,
Yeah.
you know, if you're not into that, you may not care, but I liked it.
But since we're in Times Square, I actually remembered there's another piece, so we'll have a bonus to this video that is a hidden sidewalk piece. We're gonna walk over to the heart of Times Square and show you that one. Not that Times Square is ever not busy, but first like warm day
On a Saturday, not ideal.
If you ever needed a definition of Times Square, it would be a gold sequined Statue of Liberty with sunglasses on, holding an American flag.
That's it. Times Square really stresses me out. I don't like it.
So just on the south side of 46th Street, in the middle of Times Square, is this piece right here on the ground. Looks like a subway grate by Max Newhouse, installed in 1977. And that's all it is, except it's not a visual art piece. It is a audio art piece. Max Newhouse was a artist of sound. And so he installed this piece in the middle of Times Square in all of this hectic busyness. And if you just stop over the grate and listen, it sounds like the resounding aftermath of somebody hitting a gong, and it's just like roar, roar, roar.
Is that how it is?
That's basically how it is. So next time you're in Times Square and walking, make sure you actually listen down.
Yes, and you have to actually listen because it's loud here.
Very loud here. I don't even know if you can hear it on camera. Hopefully you can.
Yeah.
But here's the piece. You guys hear that? That's the sound of art from 1977.
We just laid on the New York Times Square ground.
I'm like Dwight, my immune system is so strong because I'm taking in all of the germs.
Just sneeze on me.
Sneeze in my mouth.
You're welcome.
So the piece is called The Crossroads of the World, but it is completely unmarked. There's no plaque, no anything, because the artist wanted people to be able to just discover it on their own by just walking over, hearing something like, what's that? And basically just have self-discovery of artwork. That concludes our tour for the day of some hidden sidewalk art secrets. The moral of this story is look down and look up, because there's all these things in New York and everywhere that you can easily miss if you just don't look up or look down. There's amazing pieces of artwork and weirdness and quirkiness all around us.
Yeah.
So as next time you're taking a trip, or even in your hometown, maybe you'll see a whole new perspective if you just look down, and the next time, look up. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe. If you're not, we make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on this channel. We also do a podcast every single Saturday. You can get that everywhere podcasts are posted or at podcast.codyjensen.com.
And Spotify.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.